You probably know, I adopted. I have 2 biological children. I have 2 children that I adopted. I want to show a picture of them just real quick so you can... I know, aren't they adorable? Yeah. So, the 2 on the left are my biological children. It's funny. 2 on the right are my biological children. We've got Elijah, Megan, Nevaeh, and Josiah. These are my kids. And I got to tell you, when I had those first 2, I was done. Right? That's it. No more kids. The house is full. The Bible says, happy is a man who has a full quiver. My quiver was full with 2. And then God started just really working on my heart. And we met a family in our church that we were attending in Missouri who had adopted these 2 beautiful little girls from India. And their names were Shabri and Shakira. And that just wrecked us. We kept looking at them and we're like, why can't we do that? Like, our kids, for some reason, are turning out all right. Maybe we should introduce more kids into the home. And I first thought, what do you think? Well, that's uncomfortable, right? That's going to require a lot of sacrifice. And I started coming up with kind of every thought in the world as to why I shouldn't do this. And I got to tell you, I'm not the example of a fanatic. I wasn't the one that went first. There were several other people in the church that I saw that kind of went first. And they're the ones that inspired us. And today, just very specifically, I want to encourage you, if you're sitting out there and you have the ability to, I want you to ask you to consider adopting. For a couple of reasons. First of all, because it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a responsibility of those of us who follow Jesus. In James, he tells us this, that this is pure religion. This religion that God our Father accepts is pure. Faultless is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress. Man, he gets really specific there. He's like, that's our responsibility. That's our job. If you want to honor God, if you want to authentically have this religion, not just sort of this outward stuff that you do, not just sort of a practice. If you want to honor God, take care of widows and take care of orphans in their distress, and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. Another passage in Matthew, Jesus says, anyone who welcomes a little child like this on my behalf, they're welcoming me. God's like, I am that little kid. I am that little kid without a mom, without a dad, somebody that's been removed from their home. That's me. And if you welcome them, you welcome me. And God needs people that are passionate about welcoming Him into their homes. Now I want to show you a gap that God, through these verses, that God has called us as followers of Jesus to fill. I want to show you a couple of graphs. This is all Michigan stuff here. And I can't tell you how many times I hear people talk about, overseas missions, that's good, and that's good, and that's good, but we got problems right here in our own backyard, and so many of you have said that to me. That is absolutely right. How are we going to fix those problems? They're really difficult to fix. Let me show you where we can really step in as fanatics for Jesus and fix it. 3,000 to 5,000 children every year await adoption. Every year await adoption and do not end up getting adopted. Now you got to understand, these are kids in Michigan who have probably been removed from some incredibly difficult situations. Situations maybe some of you are familiar with, but the majority of us have no idea what it would be like to be in that situation. They've been removed from these situations and they are waiting for somebody to love them unconditionally, to lead them, to be their parent unconditionally. And they wait, and they wait, and they don't ever get adopted. Second graph. There are 400,000, almost 400,000 children in the foster system in Michigan. That's a big number. 400,000 kids, again, kids that have been removed, kids that just don't have what they need. And here's the number that should scare us. Only about 30,000 of them end up actually getting placed in a home. Right? The rest of them end up in group homes, classified as a home with 10 or more kids in it. In other words, they're somewhere, and they're living indoors, and they're getting fed. But there are hundreds of thousands of kids who do not have what they need right here in our backyard in Michigan.